Welcome back to Rich Words Music, where today we're doing a comparison, or a shootout if you will, between 5 super affordable, transparent overdrive pedals. Now, if you've watched my channel before, you'll know that I love my Greer Lightspeed and my Paul Cochrane Timmy pedal. Those are 2 fantastic transparent overdrive pedals, and they're always first on my board. However, the pedals that we're looking at today do that transparent thing at much more affordable prices. We've got 5 pedals in total from 4 different companies, and they will all set you back less than 50 euros, dollars, or pounds, at least if you shop around wisely on the used market. And in the case of some, they cost significantly less than 50 of your local currency in their new formats as well. Now, 4 of the pedals are actually homages, or possibly even clones, of more famous transparent drives, and 1 of them is a more famous original design. So let's get to those 5 pedals now, and we'll start with this one, which is the Joyo King of Kings. So the King of Kings is Joyo's take on the legendary Analogman King of Tone pedal. It has the 2 different separate sides that you can use individually or stack. Each has a volume, gain, and tone control, and each has 2 different clipping options that you can bring into play to alter your tones subtly. And this is also a feature on the King of Tone pedal too, and the King of Tone pedal has them inside the pedal. So this one will currently set you back about 65 euros or dollars to buy it new, but on the used market you can have one of these for about 50 or less if you shop around wisely. So a very cool pedal, and one that I'm looking forward to testing here up against the rest of them. Now, the King of Kings, of course, being a King of Tone homage, is a blues breaker style of overdrive. The next pedal in our line is the Caline or Saline Pure Sky, and this is a pedal that I've featured before on my channel and costs even less than the King of Kings. This will set you back about $30 or $40 or euros, and is pretty much exclusively to be found on Amazon to buy it new. And this pedal is in the vein of the Paul Cochrane Timmy, so a slightly different flavour of transparent overdrive, if you will. This one has a volume control, a gain control, and a treble and a bass control. It looks cool as well. It feels decent quality too. Interested to see how it hangs in the test. Now, third on our list is the one original pedal of the group here, so well done to Nobels. Nobels is a very famous German brand of pedal builder, and their first classic pedal was the ODR-Mini Overdrive. It was a transparent sort of a drive that has become the secret weapon of players in places like Nashville, so lots of sparkling country tones are being boosted by this very pedal. Well, this is the ODR-Mini, so it's a very tiny version of the ODR-Mini, and it has a drive control, a level control, and a spectrum control, which is Nobel's take on the tone control. So a very cool pedal. It's the most expensive of the bunch, costing 79 euros or dollars currently to buy it new, but again, you can get these used for less than 50 bucks if you look around. A very cool pedal, and the most original of the 5 here, so it already wins in that respect. Next on the list we have the Joyo Sweet Baby. So this is the second taste of Joyo in today's shootout, and the Sweet Baby is an homage to Mad Professor's Sweet Honey Overdrive. It's a very simple affair. It has 3 controls: volume, drive, and focus. The focus switch does alter your tone. It gets brighter as you turn it up, but it also alters the characteristic and the aggression of your drive sound as well. So this is a very interesting one to look at. Very affordable too. This can be had for under £30, dollars, or euros from new. So that's the Joyo Sweet Baby. And fifth and finally in our list of pedals for today is version 2 of the Danelectro Cool Cat transparent overdrive pedal. Now, this is a Danelectro, so of course it looks a lot quirkier than the rest of the pedals in today's collection. However, it does that transparent thing as well. This is based on a Timmy pedal. Now, the original V1 of the Cool Cat transparent overdrive was so similar to the Timmy when it came out that they quickly had to come out with a version 2 pedal that had a few subtle differences in it. Now, this pedal is no longer made, but you can get them on the used market for under 50 bucks, no problem, if you look around. And what I'm going to do now is put these 5 pedals up against one another in a bit of a test. So what I've done is I've played a loop on my Fender Telecaster on the bridge single coil into my Boss RC10 looper. I'll be running that into the clean channel of my Hughes & Kettner Ampman classic amplifier on the clean channel. Nice basic clean sound, no reverb or anything like that. We're going to play that loop over and over again. I will tweak the knobs of the 5 different pedals. We'll run them individually, we'll run them together, we'll stack them all together and just see how they sound. Enough talk then, let's test out these 5 super cheap transparent overdrive pedals now, and we'll speak in a bit more detail about them afterwards. Okay then, so that was the comparison between my 5 super affordable transparent overdrive pedals, and I hope you liked the sounds on offer. Leave me a comment down there telling me which of the 5 pedals you preferred and why, and I'm really interested to hear which you guys thought was best, because they all offer something a little bit different, and actually they're all transparent drives, but the question you might be asking is, why do they all sound subtly different? Well, transparent, as I said in the intro, to me at least, is a case of you put this pedal on and it doesn't radically alter the character of your guitar and amplifier, so it doesn't change the character of your rig. Now, all these pedals do keep the tone transparent for me, but they do change it in subtly different ways. So transparent is not 100% transparent, of course. It can be a little bit different. So now what I'm going to do is tell you my thoughts on the 5 pedals in question, and we'll go through them in order. So we'll start with the Joyo King of Kings, and this is a fantastic pedal. I really, really like it. It's super versatile, of course, as you would expect, because you've got the 2 sides. In fact, it's basically two cheap, affordable, transparent overdrive pedals in one, and it really does give you so many different options. You can use it from a super clean boost all the way through to thick, pretty crunchy overdrive sounds, and stack the two sides to give you even more raucous tonality. Now, I personally don't really do anything with the clipping options there. I just leave them down at all times, but it's all down to personal taste, and depending on the rest of your rig and depending on the tones that you're after, it's very much worth experimenting with these and seeing what works for you. But for $65 or pounds or euros new, this is a really decent investment indeed. So I really like this one. Next we had the Caline Pure Sky, and this one's even cheaper at under $40 or euros, and this is a fantastic pedal too. I've had this one the longest of all the pedals in our 5 today, and it just works for me all the time. It's very similar sounding to my Paul Cochrane Timmy, so I love it for that. It seems to have more gain on tap than the original Timmy does, and it does that amazing thing that the Timmy also does. As you wind up the gain, it sort of seems to collapse in on itself as if the world is ending. So that is a fantastic tone. It does great pushed cleans, it gives you great sparkling edge of breakup sounds. It is a wonderful pedal, and I would say more than worth the money. Now, the third one on our list is the original design, the Nobels ODR-Mini, and this pedal wins in so many regards. It feels great in terms of quality. It's really small as well, so it's going to really fit into any small corner that you might have available on your pedal board. It's got glow-in-the-dark knobs, and it is super simple to get great tones out of. I really understand why the guys in Nashville like it, because it gives you a lovely top-end sparkle, which works fantastically with Telecaster-type guitars. It has a surprising amount of gain on tap as well, and you really have to dial the spectrum in to get it to work for you the best way possible. One other thing to say about this pedal is that it has a lot of bottom end on tap. Some people find it too much, and Nobels actually make a version of the ODR drive that has a bass cut option. So if you need one of these but with less bass, look out for one of those. But for 79 euros or dollars new, this is a fantastic pedal. You're also getting an amazing name with the Nobels brand. So if you really want to have that and you want to have it in mini format, this is going to be the one to go for. It's the other green overdrive, and it's a real hidden gem among many guitar players still. So fourth on our list was the Joyo Sweet Baby, and I put two Joyo pedals in this list because they're both fantastic and I love them. Now the Sweet Baby I've had quite a long time as well, and it just does that transparent thing really nicely as well. It also gives you the extra options with this focus switch that really let you kind of dial in the flavor of your overdrive on top of the amount of gain that you have, and it does everything from a really nice light bluesy sort of a tone through to really hard rock sort of sounds. A really versatile pedal, feels decent quality, and I've had mine quite a while and have never had any problems with it. So this is one that I would really recommend too. And at under 30 euros, dollars or pounds, very affordable indeed. Finally, we come to the weird one, the Danelectro Cool Cat. This is a fantastic pedal, does that Timmy thing, but in my opinion with kind of this magical sort of a bottom end to it that just sounds lovely. It's a little bit thicker and fatter than the Timmy, but it is just fantastic. Now, the one downside of this is that that beautiful design is really not practical when it comes to twisting the controls. This is definitely a pedal that you would want to set and forget when it comes to controls. You could see it in the loop that, you know, when I'm trying to twist the volume control or the concentric EQ pots here, or even the gain over on this side, you've really got no chance of doing that. In a live context, in a gig, good luck with that is all I will say to you. So if you're going to buy this pedal, you should, because it sounds fantastic, but you should definitely find the tone that you want, set it, forget it, and be good with that. So overall then, 5 fantastic pedals, 5 different flavors of that transparent overdrive sound, and I think they're all really good at what they do. Now, if you're looking at finding one for your rig, I would recommend that you try out as many as you can, because, as I said, although they're transparent, they all do something a little bit different. Now, in terms of ultimate versatility, I would say that the King of Kings does a little bit more than all of the other pedals. It's bigger as well, though, so if you've got kind of space issues on your board, consider something smaller, for example, the Nobels. However, if you want to go into Timmy territory, go for the Caline, the Caline, or the Danelectro, and if you want something a little bit different to all the others, the Sweet Baby is always going to be a great choice. Now, as I said earlier in the video, 4 of these pedals are actually homages or even clones of more well-known transparent overdrive pedals. So we've got the King of Tone with the King of Kings, we've got the Timmy pedal with the Pure Sky and the Danelectro, and we've got the Mad Professor Sweet Honey Overdrive, which was the inspiration for the Joyo Sweet Baby. I don't want to open a can of worms or a discussion on clone pedals pedals now, but if that's something that puts you off, consider looking at the originals. Those pedals were cloned and copied for a reason. They sound fantastic. So if you've got a bit more money to spend and want to go in that direction, do it, because it's a great thing to be able to support those builders. And if you want to do the original thing, go for the Nobels ODR-1 or the ODR-Mini, and problem solved. I also want to know your opinions on clones, on that debate. Let me know in the comments, and let's see if we can get a nice and respectful discussion going there. So at the end of the day then, these are 5 fantastic options if you're looking for an affordable, transparent overdrive pedal. And don't forget, you don't need to stop at one. As you heard in the loop, these all stack fantastically, so get a couple of them, run them together, and you'll get amazing rock tones. But no matter what you're looking for, if you're looking for a way just to give yourself a nice clean boost, if you want to give yourself a bit of grunt when it comes to your clean sound, or if you want to push an amp that's going into saturation, these are all fantastic choices, and I would have no hesitation in recommending any of them. If I was to be able to choose just one that I was allowed to own, well, that's actually a tough choice looking at them down on the table there. There is something in my heart that wants to say the Nobels is the original among these 5, so this is the one that I should go for. It's also tiny, so it'll fit on any pedal board too. But otherwise, I'm kind of between 2. One of them is the Joyo King of Kings. That's because it has so much versatility and so many options and is basically 2 pedals in one. And the other is the Caline Pure Sky. That's also super affordable, and this one does that thing that my beloved Timmy and Greer Lightspeed do as well, so they're great options in that regard. But these are all slightly different flavors on the same theme, transparent overdrive. You know you love it. I hope that this video has given you a bit more of an insight into these 5 pedals and a bit more of an insight into transparent overdrive. If there's anything else that you'd like to know, drop me a question down there in the comments and I shall answer it to the best of my ability. But that's been it for today's video. I've been Rich for Rich Words Music, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.